Hi, it's Tracy from Two Rocks Tarot, and today I am doing a monthly spread that I created myself for September. Now, I did say that I didn't want to do any more weekly readings because I just find them, it just takes up too much of my time to doing it weekly, but I thought I'd still like to do a monthly reading, but I wanted to do it a little bit different. So instead of actually doing predictions, I've decided to do it on a more spiritual way of looking at the month. So the month we'll be looking at, of course, is September. So the first card is actually going to be the energy of the month. The next position is going to be crystal charm of the month. And then I've got how my spirit guides will connect with me in week 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with this particular position, you can actually pick a pile. So you can actually pick either, through 1 to 4. You can listen to all 4 of them. So you can have the first week, the second week, the third week, the fourth week. You can do it that way. You can decide to run your cursor across until it hits an actual a week as well. And that could be your special message. So basically what I'm looking at is how spirit is going to connect with us, how our guides are going to connect with us in week 1, 2, 3, or 4. But like I said, you can still pick a pile if you want to, or just run your cursor along and stop where it stops and then listen to the message there. I'm also going to have a position for signs, the unexpected, and a gift. And because I'll be doing it by calendar month, in September there's an extra 2 days. So I'll be pulling 2 oracle cards to reflect that. Now, I actually started recording this, and for some reason the whole lot disappeared. So I've actually shuffled all the cards and done everything like that. But to be honest, it was probably better that it happened, because I find it really hard to hold up the cards still, because with my arm, because I predominantly hold it up with this hand, and it's still a little bit too hard. So instead I'm just going to insert the pictures in and just read them like that. It's just going to be a lot easier. So everything has been has already been pulled, shuffled, and cut, the cards and everything and so forth. So the first card, like I said, is going to be the energy of the month, and I've used the Witch's Wisdom Tarot for that, because this particular deck focuses more on the Witch's way of looking at things. So as you're going to see, the card that's come up is the Great Mother, but it's got 19 written on it, because what they've done with this particular deck is they have put the major arcana in reverse. Excuse me. So this card is the Empress, of course, and the reason I've chosen this deck is because they're focused more on the element side. So it's more, it's really an earth-focused deck. So it's not just for witches, but for anybody walking the pagan path, the green path, whatever you want to call it. So the energy of the month is the Great Mother. So really, it's connecting with. I'm just going to actually minimise that. That's better. Excuse me. So it's really going to be connecting with nature. As you can see, it's a beautiful card. It's got lots of flowers on there. It's got a hare, which is often associated with a goddess. I've actually got a little wooden one that my auntie from Germany gave me, and that's actually carved out of wood from the Black Forest in Germany, which is a very famous forest. So because this is the energy of the month, and because I've just thinking about the hair and the hair on the card as well, we might hear things from a faraway land as well, okay? And it's also got the owl that's flying over, and if you look at the mountains in the back there and the 2 peaks, it very much looks like a pregnant woman or actually giving birth, just like the Great Mother is giving birth to, the world itself, nature and so forth. So I feel like the energy of this month is very much is connecting with either your own mother, your physical mother, or the actual nature itself. So now of course this is going to be hard for those of us who are in lockdown. So we're lucky here in Western Australia. I can actually go for walks. We're not restricted. But if you are, this is suggesting to connect with nature, so perhaps you, don't forget the humble backyard. Maybe you can, buy some pot plants if you don't own the home. Even bring the plants inside. There is all sorts of ways that you can connect with nature inside as well as outside. So sit in your backyard, sit in your front yard, or buy some pot plants and just make a sacred little space somewhere in your house that you can connect with nature. So that is the energy of the actual month. So I'm just going to minimize the cards and open them up as I go along, the actual pictures of it. So the crystal of the month is, interestingly, is Criscola. And I have got a really raw piece here, as you can see. It looks like actually, if you turn it up that way, it looks like a key lime pie, doesn't it? And I've also got a small tumbled one as well. So it's interesting that Criscola came out because it is a well, it's nature, isn't it? It's green, so it's with the heart chakra, so it's following your heart. It's also I thought someone pulled up in the driveway then, and it's been renowned for eye health as well. Now, because we might be out, September here in Australia is the start of spring, and because we will start gardening and doing the things that you do, because this is associated with the eyes, I'm thinking that you might have to be careful while you're gardening that something doesn't actually get into your eye. A perfect example of what happened to my husband, we've got a couple of what are they called now? They got very, very pointy leaves. Do you think I can think of what it's called? I've got a red one, and it's like a flax. That's it. It's a flax. And he was walking in front of the window to get to the hose, and it actually stabbed him right in the eye. He actually had to go to the doctor and get some drops for it. So that's what I mean. So just be very, very careful while you're gardening, because you might find you get something in your eye and it may get infected. Now, the other two cards here that you can see are from the Ashley Levy's deck. It's called, what's it called now? I think it's the Mystic Moon Oracle. I have done a walkthrough. If I can remember, I'll pop a card up there. So as you can see on the top right-hand corner, it's got what's called a Celtic symbol. So these cards all come with a little symbol, okay? So there's a modern symbol, Native American, and a Celtic. Because this is Celtic, what you actually do is if I hold up this card, you look down, okay, and it's classed as a vine moon. So the first card that you can see there is Boulder Opal. Now, I didn't have any Boulder Opal to actually show you, but it has actually got here gardening. It's got a vinca vine on it. It's got gardening, goals, and happiness. So that's sort of the keywords for the card of itself. And the other one is a Criscola, which is what I had. So if I've got the crystal, I'll actually show you the crystal. And it's got hawthorn leaves and berries, men, business, and fire. And the keyword is success. Sorry, I should have said the other keyword is ambition as well. So, what is your ambition this month? What is it that you want to do? What is it that's going to make you feel successful? Now, we know that the energy is connecting with nature. So perhaps you want to be more successful in the garden, create a beautiful garden or something like that. But there is something I feel like in September that you're wanting to create, and it come up with a little charm. And do you think I don't think I'm gonna be able to read that. I think hang on, it's just in my bag. I put it away. I shouldn't have actually put it away. So what I just did is I just chose a charm. Did I actually put it away? I just want to see if I can grab it. I'm pretty sure it said love on there, and of course I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Might tip them out because I can't make that out even with my glasses on. So let's have a look if I can find it, because I actually didn't, funny enough, I didn't realise I had that little charm. Yeah, made with love, that's what it says, made with love. So actually I might as well pick it up, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see that because it's so small. So you can see it's so tiny. So it actually says made with love. So what is it this month that you want to make with love? September often is, a lot of people give birth in spring. In fact, my youngest daughter, his birthday will be in the 23rd of September, and this is going to be her last decade of being in her 20s, and then next year she'll actually turn the magical 30. So, and she was made with love, even though I chose the wrong husband. But what is it that you want to create this month? What is it that you want to make? And we know we've got ambition, and we've got success as the keywords. Perhaps you've been trying to fall pregnant, or having the great mother come up as an energy a month is a really good sign. So maybe you will get your desire and you will fall pregnant. Maybe you're going to start a new project that's going to take 9 months to complete. It's going to take a long time. Now, I've actually, as I'm doing this is the 19th of August, and on the 20th of August I finished my radiotherapy for the breast cancer that I've been going through. So I got diagnosed in November, so it's been a long journey. So September for me is going to be a fresh new start. So it's what I'm going to be concentrating on is my health, building my body back up, losing some more weight, and just really living life to the fullest as much as I can. Not that I didn't do that prior to getting this, but it makes you think when you get diagnosed with something like this, you think of all aspects of your life. So that's the crystal and the charm of the month, And of course, I could go on and on about all the other properties of Criscola, but I think when I pick a crystal of the month, I think it's going to be good for you yourself, people who are watching this, to actually Google it and have a look at the healing properties, because you'll read something and then something is going to just click with you and you're going to think, that's what it means for me, that's my message. And so, I could sit here and go on and on and on about all the different healing properties of this, but I think it's going to be good if you do your own research, because it's no good just listening to me and what I'm saying. You have to find things out for yourself. This is your journey as well, okay, for September. So this is what you're going to, but being green, it looks like it's going to be a very heart-focused type of a month, and even having the charm made with love. What is it that you want to make with love? Okay. All right, so the next card, so this is going to be how your spirit guides are going to connect with you, and this is week 1. All right, so week 1 is the Phalakis Tarot, and we got the 3 of Sparks, which is Wands. We got the Dreamer of the Dreamer of Sparks. I can't actually see it. My eyes have deteriorated a little bit from the chemo, but it's not too bad. So we've got the Dreamer of Sparks. So the Dreamers are the pages. We've got the Dreamer of Spirals, which is Pentacles, and then we've got the Queen of Spirals, which is Pentacles. And straight away, I'm attracted very much to the Queen of Spirals, because the way your guides are going to connect you, I do feel, is with nature, because we know that Pentacles is an earth, is the earth element. But what's got me interested in this as well is that the Dreamer of Spirals is Pentacles, and then we have got the Dreamer of Sparks, which is Wands. But when I'm looking at the Dreamer of Sparks, it looks like she's meditating. To me, it looks like she's meditating, and this is something that I'm going to try very, very hard to do when I next month is more meditating. I'm really going to try very hard to do that. And then we have got the Dreamer, and to me that particular card looks like she's asleep. So I feel like that how your spirit guides is going to connect to us in week 1 is through meditation and through dreams as well, okay? Really pay attention to your dreams, and even with meditating as well, have a notebook handy and jot down what comes to you, okay? Now, I'm very attracted as well to the yellow of her throat. So this is the colour of the solar plexus, and it's between the navel and the heart. So it's kind of still is in the heart area, isn't it? So I think for you, how your guides are going to contact you is what's your gut feelings about things, okay? And express it through your throat chakra as well, even though it's, the blue is the throat chakra, but I'm thinking something is coming up deep from your stomach area, and it's going to work its way up to the heart. So it's speaking from your gut feelings, but speaking from your heart as well, because yellow is the color of clarity. It's the color of alertness, awareness, optimism, warmth, consciousness, enlightenment, decisiveness, and free expression as well. So we all know that is the page is pursuing. So what is it that you're actually chasing? What is it that you're chasing? And I think your guides will help you with that decision but you need to meditate and you need to pay attention to your dreams. You truly, truly do. And then, of course, we have got the Three of Sparks, which is, of course, is a Three of Wands. And this one's a very vibrant energy. And we have got three dancers here. One is actually holding a bottle that's got a heart in it. Is there something that, and you don't forget our charm is made with love. Have you put a barrier around your heart, making it hard for your guides to get through to you because you've just built up this big, strong barrier, and it's really hard for your guides to get through to you. The other one, she has got her head thrown back in ecstasy, and there's looks like there's song coming out of her mouth. I'm just going to lean a little bit closer. Yes, it could be singing, it could be chanting, it could be even speaking in different tongues, you know. But she is really, what this is telling me is that you really need to put out what you want to the universe. Really speak your mind, whether it's through singing, chanting, poetry. Really let that creativity out. Don't keep it bottled up like the little heart in the bottle. Let it out. And the other one is dancing as well, the top right-hand corner, but it seems to be looking down at the other two figures. So I think that this week you will be looking at how far you have come. You might be even looking at perhaps maybe some mistakes that you think that you've made in the past. But, you know, every mistake has led you to where you are now. So it's not really a mistake when you think about it. But this is really pursuing what makes you happy, what makes you sing with divine joy. You know, what is it? And I think your guides will help you along with that. As long as you speak out, just ask, give me a sign of what I'm supposed to do, or, you know, just give me a sign of some guidance or whatever it is that you're wanting. And when you meditate, pay attention to visions, smells, anything. When it comes working with your spiritual guides, it's not so much looking with your physical eyes and listening with your physical ears. It's more looking with your spiritual eyes and listening with your spiritual ears. And that's exactly when I do spirit messages, that's how I look at it. Even though I can actually smell things, taste things, I seem to have all of the clairs, and the funniest one is clear hearing because I'm deaf, and I think that's just the, having a spiritual joke on me. So, you know, what is it? And then, you know, we come to the Queen of Pentacles as well. So you've got the power to create what it is that you want. But the cow there very much reminds me of Hathor, the goddess Hathor. So perhaps you might need or want to research about that goddess. You know, think of ways to bring the goddess in your life, the divine feminine, whatever path that you follow. You know, think of ways of creating it in your everyday life, of bringing it into you, you know, just... but this is how I feel that your guides are going to connect with you in week 1. Is through meditation and through dreams, okay? So we'll leave it at that one there. So now we will go down to week 2. And as I said, you can either pick a pile, or you can, you can run your cursor along, whatever it is. I'm just moving the picture across so I can see it better. So, of course, this is from the Light Seers Tarot. And 5 cards come up with this. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, we've got the King of Wands, the 8 of Wands, Death, and Justice. So how are your guides going to connect with you in week 2? Well, of course, I think it's through the great outdoors, because we do know the 8 of Wands can represent not just only news from a distance, like I actually sort of picked up on the Great Mother card with the owl, but also just the great outdoors. So again, it's connecting with nature. It seems like September, no matter where we live in the world, it's connecting with nature in some way. So really make the effort of it. And with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, she looks like she's just sitting. She's gone hiking somewhere and she's sitting down. Now, I think she's in an actual chair, but I'm getting the feeling that you've gone for a walk and you sit down and you may meet a male on your walks, because if you look at that wand, it can often, look like a walking stick, and you just maybe sitting there enjoying the scenery and you get to talking to someone and then they have this profound message. And then, how sometimes you talk to strangers and they say something and it really resonates with you. So I feel like that for some of us, that might actually happen in week 2. And if you look at the Death card as well, you know, it's got pine trees in it, just like the Queen of Pentacles card. There are pine trees. This is probably one of my favourite Death cards, actually. So I feel like that you need to follow your own light, not be so fixed on following other people who may be a pillar of light in the community, whether that be on where you really admire them on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or an author, or, you know, whoever it may be, that you really enjoy them and bask in their light. But I think this card is telling you now that you have learnt, you've done with learning. It's time to follow your own light. Listen to, again, just like the week 1, listen to what your stomach, you know, what is it telling you? What is it actually telling you there? And going back to the King of Wands as well, because we've got the line at the back there, I feel also that your guides are going to tell you, you're going to need to be, they need to be strong. Now let me think about that for a minute. I don't really get you need to be strong about something. I feel like that there is another goddess, Sekhmet, that, and even Bast as well, we all know is a black cat, but can transform into the lion as well. So this seems to be a really goddess-focused month. So perhaps if you study up, so we've had Hathor in the first one, perhaps look up Bast and look up Sekhmet and see what you know, what is it that you can, what energy of theirs can you tap into that you may need in this particular week. Now Sekhmet is also was greatly feared in Egypt because she was someone who destroyed things. So as the Justice card is there as well, and because we've got the green, you know, it could be the green-eyed monster. There could be a little bit of jealousy, you know. So make sure that if you decide to serve some justice to someone out this week, that it's not based on jealousy, okay? That it is deserved, because otherwise it's going to come back to bite you like the lion behind the King of Wands seems to imply. So whatever it is that you do this week, no matter how vindicated you may feel that, you know, that you need it, that you want to do this, just be careful you don't bite off more than you can chew. So again, the great outdoors is the way for your guides to connect to you. You may meet someone on your travels while you're walking. I mean, even the Queen of Pentacles, you know, you could even be sitting in a shopping centre if you're not in lockdown. And you know, sometimes shopping centres have little groups of chairs, and they might have pot plants, and because, you know, that pentacle will look like a handbag, and, you know, you just get talking to a stranger. So I kind of feel like that a stranger is going to somehow give you some sort of enlightenment that's going to change you profoundly. And I think this person was sent to you from the guides. Now even though you know, the King of Wands is, you know, obviously a male on this, it could be vice versa. It could be a female that does that. You know, the Queen of Pentacles represents someone who is a female. The King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles represents someone who's a male, and you know, vice versa with the King of Wands as well. So, you know, I also have to say, because this has come up before, I was doing this is before I wasn't 100% well yet. And the King of Wands has come up before as a spirit, and I'm just going to mention it in case this person rings a bell with you. Now, I got that this King of Wands was a painter, so the wand that he's holding was a paintbrush. Whether it's an actual artist or he did this in for an actual living, okay. And you can only see tattoos on one of his arms, but I feel like that he had quite a few tattoos. On the t-shirt is an actual lizard, but I feel like maybe underneath that he had some tattoos on the front of his body as well. So I kind of think he was sort of covered in them and that. And I feel like that the line at the back actually represents that he's watching over you, okay? So if you have lost someone who was an artist or who painted for a living or something like that, the line at the back represents that they've got your back and they're watching you and they're guiding you towards your destiny, towards what you want to achieve in life, so to speak. I also feel like that justice and death together is that you are going to cut someone out of your life in some way. There's just going to be I've just got something's got to give. That's what's actually come out in my mind, and I feel like that you may either deal out some justice, again, make sure it's not through jealousy, or that you will be justified in something that, and you're going to cut someone out of your life in some way. That's what I'm feeling. And it's going to change your world in some way. And even this cutting out someone of life, if you've been really, like I said, following somebody. I mean, I'm just going to give this as an example. We all know what happened with Doreen Virtue. I'm not going to go on and on that. But, a lot of people loved her and were deeply, deeply hurt when she turned her back on the tarot, and all that sort of thing. So that's what I'm thinking more about, that you may have followed somebody for quite a while, really admired them from afar, and then you find something out about them that just really sort of rocks your world and changes your own way of thinking about things, and you'll start to follow your own light because you realise that there's nobody else who can really put the light in your life. It has to be yourself. It's got to be yourself. It's got to come deep from within. And there's a lot of red in this death card. So there's a lot of passion. There's got like a hot pink at the back as well. So it's going to be, I just feel like that you're going to cut them out of your life. That doesn't have to be anyone famous. It could be a family member or a friend, someone that you admired as well. And it's just, you just realise that they're not who you thought they were. All right, so that's how and your guide's going to let you know. But I think if anybody who has lost someone who used to paint for a living or was an artist, they're definitely watching you, definitely watching over you. And I feel like they were quite a strong, even though this particular figure doesn't look quite muscly, I feel like they were quite a strong person. Even if they weren't muscular in appearance, they were very, very strong and very, very courageous. And they're fighting for you on the spirit side. Okay. All right, so let's go to week 3, and this one is the Mary L Tarot, and 4 cards come up with that. I'll just move it over to that side so I can see it. So we have got the Knight of Swords, the 6 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and the Page of Discs, which of course is Pentacles. So what I'm really attracted to straight away is the Knight of Wands, and as you can see, we've got that lion type face mask, and we've got an owl again, just like we had the owl in the Great Mother card flying over. So it's going to fly over the Great Mother. But this particular owl kind of looks like he's blind, isn't it? When you look at the eyes, are quite yellow. So I feel like that you're going to be blindsided, literally, by some type of news. Because when the Knight of Swords comes into the reading, it's always some type of news that is you've got to act on quickly, and it can be quite shocking. Sometimes it can represent gossip, and because the 6 of Cups is there, it could be gossip from someone that you've known for a long time in the past, or some type of gossip is going to come out of your past and somehow affect you now. So again, I think how the spirit guides are going to connect with you here is definitely going to be in your thoughts and your emotions. So I think the way you're going to connect with them is to really dive deep into your emotions, really listen. Okay, when you find something out, pay attention to it. And I keep looking, I can't stop looking at that face, that roaring type of face, and I feel like that it's going to make you angry as well. And I'm sort of attracted because it looks like 2 swords as well. So I kind of feel like too that's going to be you're going to cut someone out of your life as well that you've known for a long time because of the 6 of Cups. I think it's literally going to take your breath away. And the funny thing happened to me yesterday when I went for my radiotherapy. I have to actually pretty much lie like that on my back while the machine goes around me. But you have a snorkel in your mouth, and when you have to take it when you have radiotherapy on your left side, because your heart's there to protect it, you've got to take a very deep breath in so your heart drops behind your rib cage and it protects it from the radiation. So you press a button and you take a big breath in. and then they count down to how long you have to hold it in, and then it says breathe away, and you lift up the button. Well, this time when I lifted it up, there was no bloody air coming out, and I had to rip the snorkel out of my mouth, and they come running in, and they said, oh, what happened? I said, oh, the machine's, there was no air there. It was really quite a freaky thing. So what this is telling me, I think, is that something's literally going to take your breath away, okay? So we're in week 3 now. Something's going to take your breath away. I think you may get quite vocal about it, quite angry about it. It's going to stem from the past in some way, because we have got the 6 of Cups. It's going to be very emotional. The 7 of Wands, what I'm attracted to, you guessed it, is the green eyes of envy. And this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that there is someone out there that's very, very envious of some of you, okay, very, very jealous, and they've been watching you, and they'll do anything to upset you for some reason, okay? When I look at that face, the longer I look at it, the more it looks like I'm going to get you type of thing, I used to have a white German Shepherd, and I'm very attracted to the eyelashes above the green eyes, which are white, and he had the white eyelash because he had the brown eyes and a brown nose, but maybe it's someone who is very fair, who has got the very fair colouring. Could be albino even, who knows. But it's got very fair colouring. But I really feel like that your guides are warning you of jealousy on this. Somebody is out there to get you in some way. And a good way to what could happen, and this actually happened to me once, is that you may have a referee on your resume, and instead of actually giving you a good, a good reference when prospective employers ring up, they actually shit cart you behind the back because they're jealous of you and your accomplishments. So have a look, especially if you thought you were really in for a job and you didn't get it. Have a look at your references, and even ask employers that you've applied to. Have these people, what they've been said. It doesn't hurt. The only way I found out is because one of my prospective employers was very honest with me and said they didn't give me a good review, and so I got the job still, but I took them off my reference. So things like that. And because it is the 7 of Wands too, it implies not to give up. So if you have given up on something, and you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking it's a baby. If you've been trying really hard to fall pregnant, I think that you will be successful. But the only way to be successful, I think, is you may need an operation, because I'm having a look at the Knight of Swords. I'm having a look at them knives. There might be some type of blockage there that needs to be unblocked, and then I think you will fall pregnant. That's what I'm thinking as well. So, don't give up, okay? Do not give up if that's something that you really, really wanted to achieve. If you want to, been trying for a while to have a baby. I'm also very pulled to the booties on there. It looks very indigenous type of footwear on there. And I'm thinking too, some of you may actually meet a baby or something like that, and I kind of feel like that this baby is the reincarnation of some relative, and somebody's going to notice it. Somebody's going to notice that their mannerisms are the same. They look very much like them. I just kind of get the feeling about that. And even with the 6 of Cups there as well, implies that someone from the past is coming back, but it could come back in the form of a baby that's very, very much the reincarnation of a relative. And I'm thinking a great grandmother, great grandfather. It's got a great in it anyway. That's what I'm thinking. And if you go back if you've got some photos, if you go back in photo albums, I think you're going to be quite stunned at how much they are alike. So that's another thing I'm getting as well. So the way they're going to connect you is with you this week is definitely through thoughts, okay? Whatever area in your life that you've been flying blind through will be lifted off. I think there's a little bit of ferociousness in this week, in week 3, in some way. And you may feel like that you're drowning, but you will be okay? Because don't forget the 7 of Wands also is about not giving up. You know what the old traditional one means. You're nearly there. So if it comes into this worrying about falling pregnant, don't, because you will, okay? You will. And September is a wonder. It's like I said, it's spring here in Australia. It's a wonderful month. So this energy, this nature, this creating, you just might get what you want this month. And that's what you are wanting. I truly, truly wish from the bottom of my heart that that's what you get. But yeah, I think that's the way your guides are going to connect this week is definitely through thoughts, through dreams, through seeing signs as well. So, you know, you may even see an owl and it reminds you of something. Or you see a lot of lines around as well, and that reminds you of something. I had a dream actually not long ago about a line as well. So, you know, there's all these sort of aspects too. Just see if I can get anything else. But I think that's it for that week. That's I think, you know, through dreams and through symbols, you know, have a look around you. Don't just walk around blindly. Have a look, you know, with your physical and spiritual eyes, but keep yourself open, okay? Keep yourself open to thoughts that come with you. And again, this can be meditating as well. But yeah, I do feel like there's a jealousy aspect in this one that you're going to have to be careful. Because the longer I look at that card, the Seven of Wands, the more it looks like you know how you see movies and someone's sitting in there going, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I get that kind of feeling. So yeah, so just be aware of that, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I mean, that's what our guides are there for, isn't it? To remind, you know, to help us out with these type of things. So the final one, week 4, is from the Guardian Tarot. So we have got the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 7 of Pentacles. So again, I'm getting this nature. You know, I mean, you have a look at it. It's got the water there. So again, it's they're going to connect with you through your emotions, through just going out in nature, trying to connect with nature. I mean, I think I've spoken before about, you know, I've got a special tree that I connect with. I've actually got a branch which is just above that cupboard behind me there of it. So I've always got a piece of him or her in my house. So, you know, and I've just put this pot plant behind me. I've actually got 2 of these, but it's because we've got a small house, the 2 in the one room is a bit overpowering, so I thought I would bring it in here. So, you know, that's connecting with nature as well. So, but I'm really pulled to the 3 of Cups there, and I feel like there is a spiritual trio that is going to try and connect with you, not only through nature and through your emotions, but how can I say it? I think, I'm just trying to see if that could actually, the 3 of Cups could be by the sea or could be by a river. So you may have some type of relevation at a body of water, some type of body of water. And again, it's got the pine cones above it as well. Now the 5 of Swords, this is weird because I feel like, because they're all quite happy sort of cards, and then you come to the 5 of Swords and I see blood on a face, okay? When I look at that card, to me it looks like blood dripping on the face. And what I feel like is that it was that it's a spirit, and it's an elderly man on a Zimmer frame, charcoal grey hat, this colour shirt underneath, you know, that sort of orangey sort of colour that older people seem to wear. He was going up a curve and it was on a rounded corner, and a car come around and cleaned him up and killed him. He also had a set of charcoal cardigan and that shirt, and the pants were a dark colour as well. And from the hat was a Peaky Blinders type of a hat, so it had the little, you know, that type of look, and he had a white ring of hair around him. I can't see his face, but I can just see blood on the face. And I feel like that now that he's in spirit, he is watching over you. I feel like that he is one of the trio of spirits, could even be the 10 of Cups itself, but who's now looking down on you and trying to bring happiness into your life, because I feel like that this loss was really knocked you for a 6. You know, it really, really was very, very painful. I get a grandfather energy. It doesn't have to be a blood grandfather. It could have been someone that you used to always wave and chat to, who lived in your street. You know, I'm getting I'm seeing sort of tall brown buildings, you know, where there are 2 or 3 stories. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm getting. I did get sort of England come to my mind, but could be in America too. There was, what was it? It was, I don't know if Humans of New York, if anybody has actually ever followed that on Instagram. They're absolutely fantastic. And I think she called the house a brownstone house. Let me just see. Because if it is, then that means it could be in America. And I'll just go, here we go, Humans of New York. I just want to, it's something that she, here she is. Let me just see, that one there. I don't know if I'll be able to get that pic. One of these, this is the house that I see. And it's, let me just see. Yeah, a brownstone, okay, brownstone house. So can you see that? That's the kind of building that I'm looking at. And the reason why I'm thinking it's not in England, because I can see curtains. And when my brother and I went to England, you know how you have net curtains on your windows? The first thing that we noticed when we used to walk through the streets is that nobody in England had net curtains on their front window, so everyone could see into their lounge rooms. But what we discovered later is that everybody had a front room to show. I don't know if this is still like this, because I was 13 when I went to England. So they have this like front room to show, but they actually live behind that room. So they have all their best of everything, the best of furniture and things like that. And that's what I'm thinking it's more for someone who's in America, or who because they've got curtains in the window. I mean, I don't think it's Australian, because that's the type of building that I'm seeing is that, which is really, really weird. So that's what I'm sort of seeing. So it could have been someone that you used to just, an elderly neighbour that you used to chat to, and it really, really upset you that he's passed away. But I do see a lot of blood on the face. I feel like he's fallen forward and hit his head, face, and that on the curb of the actual, on the curb of the corner there. So, but I feel like now that he is literally watching over you, because if you look at the Ten of Cups, it looks like that, looking down, and he's happiness, and your happiness is on his mind. So I feel like he's become one of your spiritual trio. So we've got the Three of Cups there. So I feel like that's what I'm feeling, that somehow you're going to know. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Looking at the Hierophant there, what I'm really pulled to there is the picture of the goddess. We've all seen statues like that of the goddess, and I feel like for some of you now, and I'm looking at the Seven of Pentacles as well, that some of you have maybe involved with a mainstream religion, whatever that could be, Mormon, Catholic, Christian, or whatever, that you've put a lot of effort and time into, and perhaps even some money, and they've let you down in some way. It's no longer making you happy, okay? You haven't got the joy that you once did. And again, the Three of Cups could actually represent the triple goddess as well. And I feel like that for some of you out there for who this may suit, you may be looking at a more pagan path now, at a more walking more of a green path, and you will change religions. I feel like the goddess is going to be strongly calling to some of us in this week, in week 4, and your guides are really sort of gently pushing you towards this spiritual path. So I feel like for some of you out there, you're going to change your spiritual path, because the Hierophant can sometimes represent being restricted by what society feels you should do, whether that be you're working in an organisation and they've always done things this way, and there's no way that they're going to look at doing something different. They've followed this way of working for hundreds of years or something like that. So I feel like religiously for some of you this week, you're going to be looking for a more spiritual path. It's going to call you from deep from within, and it's going to bring you great joy and happiness as the Ten of Cups. So, there's a few different messages here. We've got the elderly gentleman who passed away, unfortunately, in an accident. But I also feel like that triple goddess is going to be making its way, making their way, oh gosh, what I'm trying to say, making herself known to you. It's something that you're going to study, but it's a deep longing from within. There's something that's empty in your life, and you need to really look within to see what that is. And I think the triple goddess will help you. So you might want to look at green witchcraft, hedgecraft, whatever you want to call it, but it's going to be more of the green path, more spiritual. And I think the more that you actually look into it, you're going to realize what's missing in your life. When I first found how long have I been married to Aaron now? 30 something odd years ago. When I found that book, Life's a Witch by Fiona Horn, that book blew my mind. Not only introduced me to tarot as well, it introduced me to the goddess, and that's when I realised what was missing in my life. I always knew spiritually I was lacking something because I was brought up without religion, which is really good in one way because I found the goddess myself, you know, and she gave me the power back of my voice. So I feel like that you are going to find your inner power, okay? Your guides are going to connect with you again through nature. You could have a revelation by a body of water, but they are going to connect with you. And I think for some of you, you're going to be pushed towards walking a more green spiritual path. I'm just looking again at the pictures. I just got a message from that spirit is not to be sad as well. So I think whoever knows this gentleman who's passed away, you've been really, really upset, which is only natural, but he doesn't want you to be sad because he has been reunited with, you know, I feel like when I look at the Three of Cups, that three spirits came for him that he was very, very happy to see, and he wants you to be happy, and he's looking down over you. For others, it's going to be the goddess. It's a deep call from within to connect more with nature, because the whole theme and energy of this month is nature, and you know, it's the Empress energy that we've got. It's the creation. So I'll leave it at that because otherwise I'm just going to go on and on and on as what happens. So the next two cards are signs, and I've used the Isabel Snail. Now we've got the Knight of Thorns, which is the Knight of Swords again, and the Three of Cups, which is quite interesting to get that. So these are signs. So again, you know, and when I'm talking about signs, like one of the weeks where thoughts, you know, you're going to get thoughts in your head and things like that, but actually physical signs, you know, sometimes you might see, you know, a car goes past and it's got a it's got a sticker on the back and you read it, and it's really, really profound. It really changes you in some way. And I can actually share something like happened with my mother when her brother died. Oh, I can't even, not sure how many years ago that now, because she's quite she's quite wheelchair bound now, so she doesn't go out. So anyway, they went to the funeral in Melbourne, and she both her and her brother were born in Hamburg in Germany. And when she was coming home, she saw a truck go past that had Hamburg in it, and I said, Mum, that's your brother letting you know that he's okay. I don't want to mention names. And she goes, oh, you think so? And I said, yeah. And she goes, because I'll tell you something else that's funny. They live in South Australia in a small fishing village, Port Macdonald, and so I live in a coastal town too, but Two Rocks is much more bigger than Port Mac. She said all the time that they've been living there, they never got junk mail, you know, for charities or anything like that. Now, my uncle used to donate to the Fred Hollows Foundation. She said when they got home, there was a Fred Hollows donation letter in the letterbox. Again, that was confirmation that her brother was letting her know that he's okay. So this is what I mean about signs. So these are gifts. So these are signs, sorry. These two cards represent signs. So something like that, that was a gift to her. That was her brother's gift to let her know that that he was okay. And I feel like that these signs is, some of you out there are going to get a literal sign that everything's going to be okay, because we've got the Three of Cups there as well. You know, that's a celebratory card. So I think, and because the snail, all we can see is the back of this particular snail, and she's looking at the Three of Cups there. I feel like it's literally going to hit you from behind, okay? This sign is going to blow your mind. It's really going to come up from behind, and you're going to think, oh, wow, how did I ever miss that sort of thing? So this month, pay attention to trucks going past, to letters in the mail, to invitations as well. You know, you may get an invitation that's a sign for you to take it, and it's going to lead to something wonderful, okay? So I'll leave it at that. And the next two cards are the unexpected. So I'm just going to use the Isabel Snail for this particular one. And we have got the Knight of Pentacles and the Empress again. So we've doubled up with the Empress energy. And here I feel like, because the Knight of Pentacles snail is looking right at the Empress, okay, who's looking straight ahead. And I feel like for some of you out there that you may get an unexpected job offer, okay? You may get an unexpected job offer. And I'm very attracted. It's got 3 small snails in the background there. I kind of think, it might be something to do with working with children in some way. Because, the Empress is a mother figure as well. So it could God, I can't talk today. Could be working with children. I'm just going to say that. So it could be working with children in some way. And also, it could also be that some long childhood wish that you wanted to do for a long time will come true for you in this way, in this month. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm really thinking an unexpected job offer. And it's going to really change you and make you grow into a more rounded, fulfilled person. It's going to cover everything for you, okay? It's just something that really, really makes you feel great, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. The words are there, but it's hard to sort of express what I'm feeling and seeing in these 2 cards. But that's what I'm thinking, the unexpected. Some of you may get an unexpected job offer that's really going to cause you to blossom and grow in ways that you never thought of. That's what I'm trying to get out. Could be due to working with children as well. That's another one I'm getting. And of course, the Knight of Pentacles could be that you're going to pursue. But, maybe you just want to grow a beautiful garden as well. With all the lockdowns that we're having, you may decide that you really, really want to have an Empress-type garden around you, When you look at all the traditional cards that you see of the Empress sitting in a beautiful garden, that could be something as well that you're wanting to achieve in September. To see if I can get anything else, because this is the unexpected. I think really with this one is to expect the unexpected this month. Because we know that's a very earth energy, the Knight of Pentacles, the gathering. And also get the message, slow and steady you go, because we know out of all the knights, the Knight of Pentacles is usually stationary, looking down. This one, she looks to be sliding down that leaf and looking. It's almost say, hey, can you see me, type of thing. So look out for opportunities. Look for them in the most unexpected places. That's what I'm getting as well. The most unexpected places. But you could be looking up and you could see a piece of paper or pamphlet or something floating down, and you grab it and you read it, and it's an opportunity on there. Things like that. So expect the unexpected. All right, and then the final cards are a gift. Okay, what's the gift? What's the gift going to be in September? And so we have got the 3 of Wands and the Star. And the first thing I thought when I looked at these 2 cards is, you see there's a harness hanging over the leaf. I think for some of you, because we've got the 3 of Wands somewhere else as well, for some of you who may have lost a pet, I think your wish is going to be granted that you're going to find them again, okay? I kind of feel like, because that actually looks like it's a horse, because there's a whip on the floor in front of it, and it looks like a horse harness. And so I think, how some horses spook in when they get frightened by lightning or something like that, and that they take off and they run off. And of course, we've had a lot of bushfires, a lot of fires in Turkey and California, everything like that. And I think that for those of you who have lost a pet who's run away, and you've been deeply wishing to, for them to come back, I think you're going to get your wish, because the Star card is there. So don't give up on finding this pet. Look in unexpected places. Because we've got the unexpected there. We've got the Empress. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Have a look in unexpected places, where you wouldn't even think of looking, have a look there. But I do believe that you will get your wish, definitely, that if for those of you who have lost a pet, you're going to find them again. And this, this could also be, this is funny, on Instagram, somebody put a photo of a dog on there, and this dog was a spitting image of a little dog that I had, and I sent her the photo and she couldn't believe it. She was blown away about it. When I was 15, so this dog has been dead for, I'm 55, so many years, and yet it was a spitting image of Kelly. And maybe a pet that you love and lost a long time ago is going to come back to you. either in another form or the same type of form, you know, because you may, the star cards is, you know, is hope and dreams and everything like that. But this particular star card, as you can see, the snail is actually looking down into the vase that is running out into the water. So you may feel like that you never want another pet again, which is exactly what my husband and I decided. We're not having any more pets because it's just too heartbreaking to lose them. You know, it's just awful. It really, there's no other way to say it. It's just awful. Everybody who's lost a pet knows what I'm talking about. And so we've decided we can't go through that heartbreak again. We're going to have them. But sometimes the universe has other plans for you, and they will put a pet back into your life that you didn't even want, or you didn't, you know, or you didn't think you wanted, and it's been the best thing that's ever happened to you. So I often said that to my husband: if we're meant to have another pet, one will come to us, okay? One will come to us. And I feel like for those of you who have loved and lost a pet, that they will come back to you in some way, okay? They will come back to you. And for those of you who've lost a pet through some, you know, from being spooked or anything like that, I'm getting really the real energy of a horse here because of the whip and the harness. They'll come back to you. You'll get your wish. You'll find them again, okay? You'll find them again. So I think that's the gift. Something that we thought lost will come back to us, and it's really going to fulfill a wish for some of us that we didn't even know that we had. That's what I'm getting. Okay, and because there are an extra 2 days in September, because I'm doing it by calendar months, I'm not just doing just the 4 weeks, you know, we've got another extra 2 days in here. So I've pulled 2 oracle cards, and the first oracle card is from, why do I always forget where she's from? Hang on, the deck is on there. The Wild Offering Oracle, okay? And the card that come up is loneliness. Now, I was just talking about a gift, you know, so something that you may have lost will come back to you. So here it says, when you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May I embrace and love my solitude, and that's when kindred spirits can finally come. So for those of you who are stuck in lockdown and are feeling very lonely and very cut off from anything, open yourself up to spirit, because these spirits have been trying to get your attention, but you are too closed off. Okay, you're too closed off because you're too focused on being lonely. All right, you need to open yourself up. Let your dreams come to you. You know, just before you go to sleep, ask for a sign. You know, meditate. Ask for a sign before you meditate. But if you are feeling very, very lonely, this card is telling you, you know, because it's saying once you embrace and love your solitude, that's when kindred spirits can finally come. So once you embrace that, your spirits can come through and they can help you with whatever it is that you're dealing with or that you want to accomplish in your life. That's when your guides will come to you and give you signs and you know, and just to live the life that you want to live. So, you know, that's pretty profound, isn't it? And when you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. And that's another thing too. Don't think you're not deserving of it, all right? Don't think that, oh, why would spirit guides come to me? You know what I'm saying? So the final card for another day too, and it's, you know, it's either day, it doesn't matter. And this is from the Let Go Oracle, which is, it's absolutely beautiful. I saw Evie from Fairy Wren Whispers actually do a walkthrough on this deck and on here, and it's the same thing. Look what it says: let go of fear through meditation. Purify yourself so you are a magnet for your true heart's desire. So how profound is that? It's just matches beautifully with the loneliness card. You know, let go of fear. And what was the loneliness one said? When you stop fearing your aloneness, and this is exactly right, and I'm talking about meditation. So let go of fear through meditation. Purify yourself so you're a magnet for your true heart's desire. That way your guides can connect with you and bring you what your heart is really desiring to do, something that you're desiring to do. So there you have it. That is the monthly spread. I haven't actually got a name for it. I suppose I should think of a name for it. If I do think of a good name, if I do think up of a good, I can't talk today. If I think of a good name for this spread, I'll put it up, okay? Let me know if you've liked it and if it's something you'd like me to continue to do, because if nobody likes my videos or subscribes to me, I've got no idea if what I'm doing resonates with you. But I thought instead of doing a predictive type of thing like every week, I thought a monthly spread would be a better idea, and to work on how our spirit guides will connect with us in each week of the month, because like I said, I want to have my channel, my content to be more on the spiritual side, because you don't go through something like cancer and become more spiritual, you know. And I think for people who don't think about spirituality when you go through something like that is a hindrance. I think it's helped me a lot. It's helped me a lot. My spirituality, it's made me connect more. Every time I have my radiotherapy session, I always invite the goddess and gods, my angel and guides, to help along with the healing of the radiation. Every time I've had it. Tomorrow's my last time, my 25th time tomorrow. It finally finishes. So, you know, I'm looking forward to September and really celebrating, you know, really truly am. So yeah, let me know if you like this video, because I really enjoy doing this type of reading. I think it's different. So until next time, this is Tracy.